Episode 8, and today I'm going to cook chicken cordon bleu. Some people call it chicken cordon bleu. Bleu is French for blue, and basically what it is a portion of chicken with ham and cheese, and with that we're going to have New Zealand carrots and potatoes done in the air fryer, chopped up. So there's also going to be pineapple with this and some mushrooms, so it's going to be quite a different dish. First of all, we're going to start with the chicken, and what I've purchased here is a whole pack of chicken thighs, and with these chicken thighs sometimes you need to debone them, which is a bit of a pain, but I've done it, and get rid of any of the nasty bits, but there's several here, and when they're ready to go in, 2 is probably enough per person. So I take my chicken thigh, and in it I place some ham. This is sandwich ham, so 2 or 3 slices fine, and then my Irish cheese. Don't need a huge amount of that because it will melt very quickly. Now the challenge here is keeping the chicken enclosed, and so I take a cocktail stick and literally just push it through to keep everything together. Put the second one in at a different angle, and hopefully that will work. Let's see if it does. Drop that in the butter. Get over. Seems to be. And then in the breadcrumb. And then on my baking tray. Now we're looking at one portion here of 2 chicken pieces. Some of them are even smaller, so it might even go to 3. So here they are, all prepared. I'm just going to give them a quick spray of pan, butter spray on the top just to seal the breadcrumb. And they're going in a 375 oven. Okay, to go with the chicken, we've got some small white potatoes, and I'm literally going to slice these, not peel them, about 1/4 inch thick, and drop them into my jug there, my bowl. Good to try and get the residue of the starch off them before they go into the air fryer. So I've cut up the potatoes, and I'm going to put some olive oil in and some sea salt. And just give that a stir so it blends. A little bit more salt, certainly enough oil. And put that to one side, ready to go into the air fryer. Now with the carrots, New Zealand carrots, if I misled you with Australia, that's the other big island. New Zealand carrots are actually sweet at the end, because what you put in, you cook them in olive oil and a little bit of butter, and then you put honey on them, and the honey just kind of gives it that nice sweetness. So I cut them about 2 inches long into julienne size, about 1/4 inch round, because you're not part boiling them, you're going straight into the wok. That's how I cook them. And so they've got to be small enough not to end up hard, nothing worse. So here the carrots prepared, about 1/4 inch round. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit bigger. And I'm also going to saute some pineapple in butter to complement the ham and the cheese in the chicken. And then I've halved some mushrooms, which will also go in that same pan. So here are my potatoes, small white potatoes, and what I've done is cut them into about 1/2 inch strips. Not fry shape, but actually a whole potato cut into that. They're coated and salted. So they're going in the air fryer. And we're looking at 18 minutes at 390. If you remember the other recipes with the air fryer, you stop every few minutes and shake the basket. Now there's a start and stop button, so that's easy to follow. Lift the lid, shake the basket, pull it back, start it again, and it just picks up from where. Okay, so I'm going to start off the wok for the carrots. There's some butter already in there, just a little squirt of oil, and we'll let that get hot. Once all that is nicely heated up, and it's on medium-high right now, just to get it melted. Bring it down to medium. Take my carrots and coat them as quickly as you can with the mixture so it starts to cook. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder as well, just to so that's going to take several minutes, probably 10-15 to cook through, because the actual final piece of that is adding the honey, and that doesn't take very long at all, as you can imagine. In fact, all you're doing really is coating it. So hopefully all this will come together. In a few minutes I'm going to start this pan off, just a little dash of olive oil with the butter to give it really good base. Obviously with the pineapple you don't need to add anything. So that just gives a nice sweet and sour consistency with the cheesy chicken going on in there. So in the commercial break, I put the lid on the wok just to show you. About a beef fat, by the way. The carrots are doing very well. They're starting to soften and they're getting that nice edge to them. Just a few more minutes. I'm now going to start this pan, medium heat. It's got some butter and oil in it, and this is going to take the pineapple, it's fresh pineapple, and the mushrooms. No need to add anything. As soon as this is melted, it should take a few seconds. Chicken's doing well, it's about 160 internal, and we need it to be about 175, so everything should come together pretty well. Potatoes good, okay. Every few minutes, good idea just to stop the machine, take them out, give them a shake, and then start it again. Good thing about the air fryer is if they're not cooked, you just add a few more minutes to it at the end, maybe on a higher heat, to make sure that they do cook well. Okay, so if you've never had cooked pineapple before, what I do recommend is doing it on the grill outside when you have a burger. There's your pieces in there. So say this is fresh. purchased today, and I'm just going to flip it over. So let that bed down. Literally it needs to show some sign of being cooked. Some marks on it. And in the middle there, I'm going to put my mushroom on. This on a medium heat, doesn't need to be too high, so it burns. Let's see how these burn. Yep. They're softening up pretty well. So put that on low now. That one. Maybe take the lid off for a minute. So just regular honey measurement. Oh gosh, I just give it a good coating. Not too much, obviously. And it's always good just to raise the heat a little bit. Now the sugars obviously cause it to be noisier. But with that combination of butter, olive oil, sugar, or seasoned carrot, it's an interesting taste. Those who've had it when I cooked it seem to enjoy it, or they're being polite. Just let that cook out. So you see the pineapple has browned nicely, exactly what I wanted to happen. Carrots are done as well. Potatoes are no seconds, and they're done. So we're ready. Hope you enjoy it. It's easy to do. It takes quite a bit of prep, but it's an easy meal. Nice and crisp, ready to go. So here's the chicken cooked. It's averaging 175, which is fine. So enjoy cooking this and let me know how it goes. If you can improve on the recipe, that would be great too. Bye.